Hello, Wiki to you, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In today's video, we're continuing on through the Champions Ballad by learning more about Rivali's ballad story thingy. Yeah, that bird guy who was a jerk. We're gonna learn more about him. Isn't that fun? So, as with the other parts of the Champions Ballad, we have like a shiny, glowy spot we gotta fly to. Fly like an eagle into the future. Were there any songs like that in the second Space Jam? I've never actually seen it before. I liked the first one when I was a kid, but I've never seen the second one, and I don't really have an interest in watching it anytime soon. Anyway, Birdman!
I applaud your courage in coming here. The locations that will be revealed to you are the trials that will enhance the power sleeping within. Do not let your guard down. Dot dot dot.
Man, this really is like the predecessor to Tears of the Kingdom, repeating the same dialogue 4 times in a row. At least here it's only in a DLC campaign, but ugh. I just realized the orange shiny glowy spot looks like the one obliterator that we got on the Great Plateau. I never noticed that before. That light. Is it a reaction to someone nearby? Is it me? Or is it... How long have you been here? I didn't even notice your arrival. We meet again, Buzz Lightyear, for the last time. And it seems you caught me while talking to myself. Look, I'm sure you already know, but it's one of the monuments mentioned in my teacher's unfinished song. Ah, sweet joy. How glorious to sing this song in front of the real monument. The song my teacher left behind, there's a verse about the trials that Champion Rivali overcame. Allow me to sing it for you. So, did it move you? By understanding the true natures of the champions, I'm closer than ever to completing those key verses. The confidence it must have taken to master a divine beast. How inspiring. My teacher's dream is now mine to fulfill. An unfinished song weighs heavily on a bard's soul. I won't allow it. But in order to see this dream to fruition, I must learn more about the champions of long ago. Thankfully, Teba, the Rito village elder, Canali, told me some wondrous stories of the Rito champion. Yet, this unfinished song still pulls at my heart, and so, my hometown is but a stopping point of this journey of mine. Just like what we did with Daruk's ballad, we're going to come back to Rivali's diary a little bit later to learn more about him. But as for right now, we have some trials waiting ahead of us. It might be a good idea to actually look at the map so we can see where we're going. I mean, I do know where we're going, but it might be a good idea to show you. So that might be an important thing. We see those things on the top right, kind of look like those rooftop icicle thingies that we see around here-ish. So, this seems like a good spot. Boop. And let's look at the next one. Where are you? You are probably the most obvious spot. you're in the arrow area where we met Teba all that time ago. Teba is such an underrated character. Like, say what you will about Breath of the Wild. Like, I understand it's not like everybody's cup of tea when it comes to Zelda. Wait, where was this one again? Where is that one? It is over here. I understand like this isn't everybody's favorite style of Zelda game, but one thing that you gotta praise about Breath of the Wild are the characters. At least most of them are pretty good. I'm okay. It's funny that I'm saying this because I've been thinking about this lately about Rivali particularly. I wasn't always that fond of Rivali, but my opinion on him has kind of worsened over these years. And at this point, the only redeeming quality that I even have with the guy is that the voice actor is pretty good. But even then, like, okay, like the voice actor does a really good job. I still think the quality of the voice acting in this game probably could have been a little better. Like, okay, it's pretty good for a first attempt at the Zelda voice acting, but you also have Xenoblade voice acting right next to it, and I don't know, it's just a little hard to go back and forth between the two. Going over here, let's look at this thing, my bub. Shoot 4 targets to win. So I remember when I first played this, I wasn't actually paying attention to what his face was saying. So I was so confused on this. I thought you had to destroy all of them, but here's the thing. If you do that, if you, like, attack one, it, like, instantly poofs back into existence. So it's not possible to hit all of them at once. But we only need to shoot 4 of them, so this over here seems like a good spot in theory. Just gotta go that, and then like that. We are running low on stamina. Okay, I'm doing that popping noise way too much. Going back to the characters for a moment. Teba is such an underrated Zelda character, and like nobody ever talks about him, but he is such a badass. He is such a cool character. He wouldn't be my favorite or anything like that. Like Riju probably is still my favorite side character in this game. But he's definitely like these top 5, top 10 best characters in this game. And we did the thingy! Yippee! Off the top of my head, how I'd rate the characters, Princess Zelda's number 1. I'm not counting Link because he's like a main character, so I'm not gonna count Link. Zelda will be number 1, Riju will be number 2, Urbosa will be 3, Mipha will be 4, and probably Teba will be 5. Honorable shout out to Masakoga because he's pretty cool too. And we did it! We did it! Yay! Skip! And skip. Yay, skipping on the unnecessary stuff.
To you that's from the shrine, I am no Rajee. In the name of the gods I offer this trial. The 4 winds, no Rajee shrine.
Rajee kind of sounds like Reggie, and it's making me think of Reggie Fils-Aimé, and I miss that guy. I think Doug Bowser announced recently that he's also retiring pretty soon, and I don't remember the name of the successor, but like, hopefully she does a good job. So, like, Doug Bowser did like a decent job at running Nintendo America these past few years. He didn't have the personality of Reggie Fils-Aimé though, and I think that's one thing that Nintendo really lacks nowadays. Alright, so basically what our primary objective at the moment is that we need to activate these switches. There's going to be 4 of them across this pillar, and there's going to be various ways we can activate them, and we got to do stuff that's super cool. Basically, activating them will activate these wind turbines on the higher parts of the tower itself, and that's the thing we'll be doing for the next 3 hours. Ah, this thing does an explodey-dee-deed. I like it explodey-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. It's so shiny! I'm so shiny, like the treasure of a sunken pirate wreck. Scrap the deck and make it look shiny. I will sparkle like a wealthy woman. That song is so stupid. I wish that movie came out just a few years earlier so that Tamatoy could have been voiced by David Bowie, because it sounds like a song David Bowie would have sung. I can't be the only one who thinks this. I think I read somewhere that it was inspired by David Bowie music, but I don't know for certain if that's the truth or not. But I can totally believe that it is the case. Earlier this year, I was trying to learn how to do that contact juggling thingy that... It wasn't David Bowie who did it in the movie, but his character did. Where he has the ball bouncing and he's doing the wavy thingy with his hands to make it go back and forth. And I've always wanted to learn how to do that, and earlier this year I was trying to learn. I don't have like a proper contact juggling kit or anything like that, so like what I was practicing with was like receipt paper, which probably isn't the best thing to practice with, but I'm just getting the motions of it done, so I do want to keep trying at that and get better because it's definitely one of those things where it's going to take a lot of practice to get any good at it. That was a smooth recovery right there. There's this one person I used to work with. So she would always hyperfixate on different movies. When I first met her, she was hyperfixating on Labyrinth, and then for like the next year, she was hyperfixating on Deadpool and Wolverine. She said she saw like 30 times in the theater, which is pretty impressive. But whenever I think about her, I think of Labyrinth first because that's the one that we would talk about when we first met. So whenever we did like a rotation bump where like I'd be taking over for her world and she'd be moving on to another place, when I give her the paper, I'd be like, I brought you a gift. It's a crystal, nothing more. But if you turn it this way, or look into it, it will show you your dreams. I love Labyrinth so much. Let's go over this way, and now we can get the Twizzler chest! Twizzler! Twizzler! Shield of the mind's eye. Inventory is full. I keep telling myself, okay, between these recording sessions, I'm going to go to the Korok Forest and actually turn in these frickin' seeds so that we can upgrade our inventory, and I never do it. Okay, note for self, in editing, I'm probably gonna edit these between this and the next recording session, but Lady Erdu, listen carefully. Get the Korok seeds before you record anything else, you ding-dong.
Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial. It's alright, I guess, but really, you need to turn in those frickin' Korok seeds. Been carrying them with you forever and they're starting to stink. Also, here's Meadows emblem. Meadows emblem is shiny and purple. I've made this joke already. Collect 3 emblems to open the path to a new challenge. 2 remain. That's 1 more than 1. 1 less than 3. 100 less than 102.
Going back to the characters for a moment, one thing I gotta say about Rivali in general, I feel like he's the champion that the people care the least amount about the fact that he's dead. So, Mifa obviously has the most tragic one because those closest to her are still alive, so they actually remember her as a person. And with Daruk and Narbosa, they remember their respective champions as like these great heroes who died in battle. I feel like nobody misses Rivali, aside from like maybe Teba or whatever, but that's mostly just because like a descendant or something. But like, I feel like nobody actually cares about the fact that Rivali is gone. But anyway, now we're on the top of whatever this mountain is, the Hebra East Summit, right next to the Goma Ashag Shrine. We have these blue shiny ringies of destiny to go towards. It is shiny, it is blue, and it is my destiny. Whee! This area looks super cool! Man, like, this game still looks gorgeous today, and I know it's like a Switch launch title, but it was running off of Wii U limitations, and this game still looks really impressive. I really want to get into the Wii U version more. I played a little bit around with it, and I had like an idea to make it a whole dedicated video off the Wii U version. I decided against it because aren't really a whole lot of differences that are worth mentioning, but I do plan to demonstrate it and the Switch 2 edition at some point during the Let's Play, probably towards the end, because there aren't really a whole lot of like specific topics to discuss with that. But it is something that I want to bring up because it is worth mentioning. I mean, technically speaking, I am playing the Switch 2 version while recording this, but the profile itself doesn't have access to it. It's a little weird, but basically, the upgrade pack, I got it from the NSO thing, because if you're subscribed to NSO, you get the Switch 2 edition for free. But the dumb thing is that it's profile locked, so like the profiles in this account don't have access to it, which means that the profile that I'm using for this Let's Play doesn't work, which is really dumb. I'm gonna fail this. I'm gonna fail this. I'm gonna fail this. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're feeling alright. Ooh, shiny. We did it. We did it. Yay. All shall bow down before my awesome mustache.
To use its fullness shrine, I am Kiah Toza. In the name of the goddess Item, I offer this trial. Master the orb, Kiah Toza Shrine.
Of all the monk names in this game, Kiah Toza is probably the one that sounds most like a car dealership. That's what I was thinking about when I was reading that, and now I'll never be able to unsee it ever again. So, the basic idea behind this one is that there's going to be like an orb on the toppy tip of this area. So, we're going to do some preliminary work to get everything set up properly for this. So, let's go like that, and we're going to go like that. So they can have a slope to go down. Down, down, down to the bottom of the sea. There's a treasure chest on the top of this area that I want to go for. Let's go like this. Should be okay because we're going to use 2 ice blocks a moment ago. Huh. Okay, I may have messed this up. I see. Tarzan. Oh, I see. I've gotten into Kingdom Hearts again recently because of a certain somebody's Let's Play, and so the thing is, Kingdom Hearts is something that I really want to like more than I actually do. I'm sure as I continue playing through the first game again, like, it'll start clicking again, but yeah, it seems like every time that I've tried playing through the first game, it ends up being cursed where, like, I just can't finish it for whatever reason. Like, the first time that I played the original Kingdom Hearts was on my PS2, and partway through the playthrough, the disc tray was starting to not work, so it was getting a bit more difficult to sit up and start playing the game. So I didn't make it far that time around, and then we're going to save on this so we can actually have time to get moving on these things. But the next time I played it was when it came to Switch, on the cloud versions, and I remember making it through pretty far on the first playthrough, but then the dumb thing about the Switch, okay, in general, the Switch version of Kingdom Hearts is really stupid because they're all cloud versions, and which is really dumb because you'd think that the original would run the games just that they'd be able to run the original Kingdom Hearts games just fine. It's a little more complicated than that because they're running off the 1.5 and 2.5 HD versions, which was made for the PS3, and a little fun behind-the-scenes fact, it is very difficult to port a PS3 game to anything that's not a PS3, because the architecture of the console is very strange. Okay. I was so worried that it was going to fall off the side! Okay. Okay, let's be careful. Let's actually be careful. What?! What?! Why didn't that do the thingy, my bob? Why? Okay, it's not that bad. We got these things taken care of already, so now we just gotta wait for the orb to go back. That has never happened to me, and I'm pretty sure it's never happened to anybody else in the history of anything ever. I can't prove that because there's a lot of Breath of the Wild videos out there, but I'm gonna make that claim that that is the first time that has ever happened to anybody who has ever played this game. Okay, So, what I was trying to say, Kingdom Hearts on Switch sucks because the cloud version is really no reason why it should, because Witcher 3 of all things run on Switch just fine, and I understand it's running out the PS3 version, and it's difficult to get the PS3 games to run on anything else that's not a PS3 because of the way the architecture system works, but still, it's very, very silly, and it's very dumb, and it's very, 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 very silly. Alright, come on. I was so worried I was going to fall again. But yeah, I played through that, and the really dumb thing about the cloud versions is that if you put your Switch into sleep mode, it disconnects from the server rather than holding your place until you turn it back on, and you lose all your progress. I did not save the entirety of the prologue and I think Traverse Town. I made it most of the way through. So I ended up losing like 3 hours of progress because I put my Switch to sleep mode without saving. And then I started playing it on PS4, lost the disc for a while, and then I only just recently found the disc again, so yeah, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts again. And hopefully it goes smoothly this time. I'm enjoying it so far. The camera is weird, but I'm enjoying the game a lot more than I did the first time. So hopefully it goes well. The only game I've ever beaten in the Kingdom Hearts series was Kingdom Hearts Recoded on the DS, and say what you will about the game, but I actually really like that one, aside from one stupid area. There might be a story we'll save for another day, but there's one particular thing in Kingdom Hearts Recoded that is very, very stupid. And also, we got the Meadows emblem. Yeah, that's fascinating. One remains. This is probably one of my favorite areas in general, the Hebrew region. I'm excited for the Korok episode because I get to point out some beautiful snowy landscapes we didn't get to see during the main adventure. But man, this area just looks so cool. You know what? There's not really a whole lot of other things going on right now, so I will finish that story for Kingdom Hearts Recoded. So, this doesn't like spoil the game or anything like that. It's not a big story or anything. It's more so like a gameplay problem. But one of the cool things about Kingdom Hearts Recoded is that each world is based off a different game genre. So there's a segment in Traverse Town that's based off a 2D platformer, and Olympus Coliseum is a turn-based RPG. Your main party members are Sora and Hercules, and that's cool and all, but the boss of this world basically requires you to have the third hidden party member, and the annoying thing is that you can't backtrack to go back and get him, and there's a save point right after the door. You have to walk past the door to the next floor to get to that secret party member, and the game never tells you this. So I remember one day, I was just struggling on this boss fight. I could not figure out for the life of me what I'm supposed to do, because no matter what I do, I'm not doing enough damage to him, and I just can't beat him. I look it up, and every walkthrough that I'm looking at says you need to have this third party member in your party. And when I saw that I just barely missed him, there's no way to go back, I realized, oh crap, I have to restart the entire game. And I did, just for that one party member that the game doesn't tell you about before. It is so stupid. It's probably one of the dumbest gameplay designs I've ever seen in a game like that. It is so stupid. Other than that, Recoded is fine. Oh, it's you. What a pleasant surprise. What brings you here? I came here because the Elder tasked me with keeping watch on the dragon that appears around here. It's been appearing quite frequently these days. Everyone's worried it's going to cause trouble for the village. After the incident with Meadow, I can't blame them for worrying. So far, everything seems fine. However, just to be safe, I'll be scoping things out for a while yet. Come to think of it, the dragon always flies through this valley at night. When it does, its horns light up. There's something about that light that's truly captivating. So the dragon flies through at night. Let's sleep until nighttime. Man, watching campfires are awesome. I remember my family used to go camping when I was a kid, and I always loved staring into the fire. So we talked to Masley again, and are you a girl? I think you're a girl. We talked to Masley again, and they'll tell us that the dragon will be flying throughout nighttime. We're gonna wait around for a little bit. I believe it's around midnight or so that we'll start to see the dragon. So Yay! We get to wait around for a little while. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So around midnight or 1 a.m., around that time frame is when the dragon will start showing up, so... Yay! Now we can do story progress! I really wish there was a way you can change the time to a specific time like you could in Xenoblade Chronicles. I wish that was a thing in this game, but it's not because that's too good for Breath of the Wild. I like this game, but sometimes I don't like this game. Let's go over here and fire the arrow at the horn. It's all blue and sparkly. I like blue. I like sparkly. I like dragons. So this shrine is basically just okay. Oh, shiny, shiny, shiny. I see shiny. I see shiny. Shiny must be mine. Shiny! Shiny, 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 shiny. Shard of Dinral's horn. The shard chipped off and fell off the red spear. Does it? I thought this was supposed to be a scale. You can also get horn parts from the dragons? Huh. I probably knew that at some point, but I forgot about it because I rarely go after the dragons. Man, okay, so I remember my first playthrough, I thought there was like some bigger thing that the dragons were involved in because you see them everywhere in the game. You see them, well, you don't see them everywhere, but you see them in so many places across Hyrule that I thought that there was like some big story significance with the dragons in this game. There isn't that much, but let's just say Tears of the Kingdom definitely fulfills that idea a little bit better than this game did. But we're not talking about Tears of the Kingdom. We're talking about Breath of the Wild. So anyway, Link's Awakening is my favorite Zelda game of all time. You should definitely check it out if you ever get the chance. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that episode. There's also a thundercloud over there. That's something else we'll be taking care of in a future video. Man, I know that there's still a lot to show in Breath of the Wild, but whenever I look at my Let's Play outline and see how many videos we actually have to record, it just feels like we're so close to the end. It's a really good feeling because I've been working on this for so long. So, yeah, it just feels so real that it feels like we're so close to the end, but there's still so much to this game to show. I've already praised this before, but I really like that you can see a thunderstorm in the distance because that's one of my favorite things to look at in real life. It's like in a clear environment where you're at, but you see off the distance there's like a big thunderstorm over there. I don't know why. It's just kind of a soothing sight. I don't know. It's really hard to describe. Oh, that looks so cool with a thunderstorm in the background. Oh, this game definitely gets environment areas. That's like definitely one of the highlights of this game.
To use as from the shrine, I am Shira Gomar. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Aim for stillness, Shira Gomar Shrine.
I am getting hiccups. I have hiccups. Alright. I ate lunch not too long before I started recording this, and part of that lunch was a milkshake, and I've been getting hiccups a lot whenever I get milkshakes recently. I don't know why, but that's been a thing that's been happening lately. But I will never stop eating milkshake. If I get poisoned drinking a milkshake, it'll be worth it because it's still a milkshake. Alright, so for this particular part, let's figure out where we need to go. I think there's something. No, there isn't. Okay. I remember when I was practicing, I thought there was a treasure chest over there, but there wasn't, and that felt like such a waste of time. Let's go like this. Wasn't I supposed to... Wait, what? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, so the fan's gonna turn on the gate. We gotta turn stasis on before it goes through the gate. After it goes through the gate, so it'll turn off properly. And then we can go like this. That was too soon. That was too soon. Crap, 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 crap. I sacrificed myself for explosion! I don't know why I said explosion with a weird accent, but we did it! Okay. Alright, we did it. That was an unnecessary epic way to do it, but you know what? I will gladly take that. Anything that's unnecessary epic is alright in my book. And I did write a book, so, you know, that should say something. It feels so weird to think that my book was 6 years ago. It feels like a lot too long ago that I got first published, and... Why is that? That's barely touching the fan! Okay, we'll wait for it to loop back around. I see how it is. Actually, wait, I have an idea. I have a better idea. We might want to do this on top of here instead so we can get a little bit more airway with this. Alright, got it taken care of. That was pointless, so never mind. I thought I was being fancy. I wanted to be fancy, but I guess you can't be fancy and unnecessary epic at the same time. I have no idea how James Bond was able to make a career then. Fun fact, I've never actually seen a James Bond movie. So, like, James Bond was one of those things where, he's such a cultural icon that I feel like I should watch one of his movies at some point, but I've never seen a single James Bond movie. Alright, we got that taken care of. Let's go back around. Ew! Why'd you put the paraglider away, you ding-dong? Okay, let's fall to our deathly death so we can spawn a little closer. Man, it felt like something silly went wrong for all 3 shrines in this video. That did not work the way I would have liked. Third time's the charm. Okay, we did it. We did it. Why did you put the paraglider away? What? Huh? What? Huh? What? Huh? Huh? What? What the? Huh? Fourth time is the charm. I don't know what happened the last time, but we're doing it now. Let's go, 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 go. We can do it. We can do it. Yay! We did it. Is there anything else in this stupid place that we missed? We got the treasure chest. We got everything. It's all good. Let's go talk to the stupid monk.
Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. Although you did fall into that pit constantly, and it was funny to watch. As a pity prize, you know what, you can have this medallion. I was using it as a beach ball, but nobody would play beach volleyball with me. Because I'm the only monk inside the shrine. You know, they kind of close these off from the other monks, so I haven't really talked to anybody in a while. How was your day? Did you have a nice breakfast? Oh, I got other stuff to tell you. Now that you have collected the 3 emblems, you must go to Divine Base for my dust. So are you doing anything on Tuesday? Because, you know, beach volleyball's... Oh no, I'm disappearing now. Bye.
With all 3 emblems in hand, we're in this video off here. Thank you all so much for watching this video for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah.